Welcome back to my short series of movie reviews, of MCU movie reviews before Avengers Endgame releases. And today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest successors in the entire MCU, I'd say, in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. When people think of Marvel, or personally when I think of Marvel, or even the MCU, some of the three best movies in the MCU that people will most likely think of, or that I will most likely think of, are films like Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America Civil War, or The Avengers. For me personally, I'd say The Avengers has to be sitting on top. There's really no other question. This film's destined to be a classic in the superhero genre. And this film is just such a mind-blowing experience. And me personally, this is probably my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It has to be, actually. I can't really think of another MCU film that would be able to top this, honestly. Because The Avengers is that good. And in this film, the story, obviously, you guys know if you guys are a diehard fan of Marvel, you will obviously know the plot to The Avengers. It's technically Marvel's most iconic and famous heroes, technically. The world's best superheroes. And one day these heroes have to come together and fight with each other because the evil Loki has plans for world domination along with his army of aliens. And these heroes must work together in order for the Avengers to assemble. This is a magnificent movie. I mean it on every single ride. This is absolutely a gorgeous looking film. The special effects still look really great to this day. And this movie came out in 2012, so it wasn't even that long ago. But the special effects are really great. And the story absolutely keeps you in the edge of your seat. And that's something I picked up on this movie. I really love and appreciate the story of the Avengers. And I really love how the story was able to stay balanced, considering that these are like Marvel movies into one movie. But it's the Avengers, and and they have technically been a thing before this movie was released. So, from the start, the MCU technically knew what they were doing. Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. really do carry this film in so many ways. And Robert Downey has always been amazing as an Iron Man, honestly. And I view him as the Iron Man, technically. He has a lot of humor, and he's serious, and he's great at times, and that's what made him so lovable in this movie. And he had certain moments where you cared for him, along with Steve Rogers. These characters aren't just supers. It's not just Captain America and Iron Man saving the day. These characters do have lives as actual people. And I thought it was nice to see both sides. And that's in a lot of superhero movies, and I really, really do appreciate that. I also liked Chris Hemsworth in this film a lot, along with Mark Ruffalo. Their performances were great. Really great. Hemsworth really does bring a lot of charisma to the character of Thor. And you absolutely understand why he's one of the superheroes that are after Loki. And I really don't want to spoil why, just in case if there are some of you who haven't even seen the Avengers, which I'm pretty sure there are some of you who haven't seen the Avengers, and which, if that's the case, what are you doing? Why are you watching this review? Go see the Avengers and come back to this review. Not that there's really going to be spoilers in this review, but you technically don't even deserve to watch this review if you haven't seen the Avengers. My gosh. But it was all so nice to see all these characters rise in their own ways and figure out what they need to do to defeat Loki. And speaking of which, Tom Hiddleston kills the role. He is so great in this movie. I really would love to see him in more Marvel movies because, in my opinion, this movie has one of the best Marvel cinematic villains, honestly, I'd say. This is actually a villain that I like, that I really do like. He has a purpose on why he's a villain. And he has goals. And while I was watching this movie, I really felt like his goals were relevant because his purpose was relevant. And that's good script writing, and I absolutely appreciated all of the work and writing that went into this film. And let's talk about Scarlett Johansson. Absolutely terrific in this movie. Johansson really does have a lot of work to do in this movie as Black Widow. And from the moment you first see her on screen, you could already tell that you're in for a treat. And her performance is absolutely awesome. Scarlett Johansson is excellent as Black Widow, who is easily the best female character in this movie. And she really did have some BA action sequences as well. And that's another thing. The action sequences in this movie are enthralling. Absolutely enthralling. They keep you in the edge of your seat. That's how I felt in this movie. They are so thrilling and exciting to watch. And it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing what they were able to do with these action sequences during the second and the third act. Every time action sequences would kick in, they get more intense as each one goes on. And that's something that that's just something you can't not love. Let's talk about the CG work in this film. First off, Hulk absolutely looks flawless. The amount of detail, the technical prowess that it took to make this character come alive and be a part of the Avengers absolutely blew me away. I was pinned to my seat looking on how good the CG was. And I was so surprised of the motion capture work they used in this film. And it really does work. But everyone, I'm just going to be completely straightforward. I love the Avengers. This movie is technically the movie that reshaped the MCU. One thing's for sure, without this film, we wouldn't have films like Guardians of the Galaxy or even Avengers Infinity War or Black Panther or Civil War. So this is a film that definitely holds a really, really touching spot in my heart. And I'm telling you this, if you haven't seen the Avengers, you gotta see it. Especially if you're making plans to see Endgame. You can't walk into Endgame if you haven't seen the Avengers. Yes, Avengers Infinity War is a great movie. And Age of Ultron is a really good movie. It's really well made. But you gotta see the Avengers before you see Endgame. Or even the other Avengers movies. Because if you do, I'd say it's gonna be a very refreshing start. Even if you somehow find yourself to watch the Avengers movies out of order. It honestly wouldn't really matter because they're all great in their own way. And no matter how you watch them, you're going to have a really, really great time. But you cannot miss this movie. I am telling you this. Because The Avengers is a very, very special movie in the MCU. The Avengers gets an A+. Have you guys noticed that this was actually my first Marvel review where I gave an A+ to? That's actually unique. The other Marvel movies that I reviewed on my channel, I haven't given a single one an A+ yet. This is the only one that's on my channel currently that has an A+ right now. So you guys will have to see my other MCU reviews to find out if other Marvel movies earned an A+, but you'll have to see. And I'm excited to review other MCU movies. I'm going to be talking about movies like Doctor Strange, Captain America Civil War, maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the first Ant-Man, and I want to try to review the Iron Man movies. I don't know if I'm going to review all 3 of the Iron Man movies, but I'll try. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review of the Avengers. You guys are the best. Love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that'll be coming very soon. And as always, I am MarioFan520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.